there's a trend, and it's absolutely hilarious. Okay, we're seeing a lot of misandrists, a lot of man haters, a lot of anti-marriage feminists popping up married. Marriage is bad. All men are bad. Except for my marriage, which is good, and my man, which is good. We've noticed this forever and ever, but there's a couple ladies out there that are noticing as well, and it just doesn't make sense. Any way you try to spin it, we know that these feminists can do some real mental gymnastics. It doesn't make sense you preaching to women that marriage is bad and men are bad, but you turn your camera off and go and lay up with a man who you're married to. Doesn't make sense.
The most heinous people on this app are those women that come on here and talk about men are awful, don't date men, don't get married, be traditional, don't do this, don't do that, reveal that they're married. What do you mean? Why are you telling me to act this way, but you're married? You tell them to divorce their husband. They won't. So why are you advising women to not do exactly what you just did? I just don't get it. And they always say some BS like, well, if it wasn't for my husband, I would have never got married. Like, if I didn't meet my husband, I would have never got married. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have got married. But you did. You did. We live in this reality and you got married and you're sitting here advising me to not do so, to not date men. But you married one. What is that? How does that make sense? And this isn't for people who give like dating advice and like try to guide you towards the best partner. No, these are for people who are like, marriage is awful, don't get married, don't even talk to men who are actually married. I just will never understand. Would you look at that? At no surprise to anyone, another TikTok man-hating anti-marriage feminist gets married. Wow, how shocking. There are so many performative man-haters on this app. You don't hate men for real. You want to be a wife. You want to be a wife to a very rich man. Like, that's okay. Be honest with yourself. You would think after Wizard Liz, people would stop taking the advice from these people, but people continue to take it. Stop taking advice from TikTok. I'm so serious. All people do is lie. They're gonna come on this app and tell you not to date men. They're gonna tell you not to get married. All the while, they are actively dating men. All the while, they are pursuing engagement and then married. Stop being a fool. My extremely unwoke and controversial opinion is that people are more inclined to tradition than they like to admit to themselves. More people want a traditional life than they like to admit. And they're gonna come online and try to frame it otherwise. But like in reality, most people will end up the exact same way everyone has ended up for the past like 100-something thousand years. This is how we have people talking about dismantling the patriarchy in one breath and wanting a provider man, masculine and feminine, masculine energy in the next. Like, people are so wishy-washy. No one actually has real beliefs. In a way, I feel like it's more dangerous for you as a woman to be in denial about wanting to get married than it is to like pursue marriage, because when you're like deeply in denial about it, you're gonna start deluding yourself you're gonna start missing the obvious red flags because you're so much more invested into like keeping up an appearance, versus if you're going into this like you want to get married, you're gonna like have a more straightforward vision for what you want in your life, and you're gonna be able to see the red flags more often. I mean, it happened to Wizard Liz, guys.
So I'm gonna put up the lady that I believe they're speaking about. I could be wrong. Okay, but everyone in the comments is saying that it's her. She's a legendary man hater, man, OG. She's been doing it for a long time. Okay, I believe I saw a video with her when she got into a relationship. She was flexing. She did a financial audit on her now maybe husband or fiance or whatever before they got together. So, big flex in the feminism community. Had to check his money, make sure his money was right. And yeah, man, look. It's not surprising. They are hypocrites. I don't expect much from the modern day feminists anyway, so yeah, man. Like I always say, a lot of these women hate men a lot, but not enough to like keep their legs closed or stay away from men. Very, very interesting. Guys, it's a late night thing, okay? I'm editing these videos and I was looking for a video to put her in I was looking for a video to put her in my video. I don't know if that makes sense. But she made a response. She confirmed that it is her that got engaged. And we're about to watch this shit together, man, because this has to be funny. It just has to be.
Yes, I am engaged. Yes, I am the same person who made several videos saying that I never had any plans to get married. I did not want to get married, and I did not agree with the institution of marriage. Gag is, I still don't agree with the institution of marriage, but in those videos, I made caveats. Under certain circumstances, like if you plan on having children, if you plan on living together, if you plan on buying property together, those are the situations where marriage does make sense. I don't think you should feel like getting marriage is a milestone that you must make in your life to feel like an accomplished person. I don't think it's an accomplishment. I don't think as women you should feel pressured to get married, because when women are pressured to get married, they end up in bad situations. I am in a good situation, and I cannot tell you all of the details of the situation I'm in, because now the situation I'm in involves another person. So I have to maintain privacy around my relationship, and I will be even more stringent about that going forward. I owe it to my partner, who does not have any kind of presence online at all, to protect our privacy as a couple. I am in a good situation. I'm with someone who is fantastic, and I'm in a good situation. Again, I cannot give you all the details of the situation that I'm in. You just have to take my word for it. If you think that I'm a dumb bitch, then you think I'm a dumb bitch, and it's probably not a good idea to follow me anymore. If you think I'm full of shit, then you think I'm full of shit, and you probably shouldn't follow me anymore. All I've ever done online was share exactly how I feel at that specific point of time, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Oh, it's a time thing. It's a time thing. You know, times do change. Time change, the biggest change, feelings change over time. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Engaging with influencers, content creators, when engaging with social media, you need to utilize discernment. And that has been a pillar of the things that I've said on this channel since its inception. You need to have discernment.
So what, it's the women's fault for not utilizing discernment? You said marriage bad. Now you're married? Now it's the women's fault? Right? It don't make no sense.
If anything I've said it caused you to make major life decisions or to not make major life decisions, that's not a good sign. You need to make decisions for yourself for what is best for you. Because it's true, I can't promise you that I'm never going to change my mind. I can't promise you that I'm not going to get more information and make a different decision in the future. I can't promise you that, because I'm a human being.
Wait. So you come on this app giving people advice, and you're essentially saying, if you take that advice, that's a bad thing. Huh? You know, one second. Let me take a sip of this Pepsi Max right here. Cause this is something I was saying. Let me see if it makes more sense after this sip. Cause my mouth kind of dry right now. It still doesn't make sense. I'll be real.
All I can do is my best to be honest and forthcoming about what's going on in my life, while also protecting myself, my partner, and my privacy. Which I deserve that. Because again, I'm a human being. To everyone who is so supportive, thank you. Because I have a parasocial relationship with you guys too. And it's probably not a good thing, but you mean a lot to me. And your support, your kind words mean a lot to me. Okay. I was very afraid of announcing this because I did kind of know it was going to happen. So thank you so much for your kind words. And that's hopefully...
Why did you know it was going to happen? Why did you know you were going to get a bad reaction from announcing a really good and positive thing?
Shed some insight, but the truth of the matter is there's nothing that I can say that's going to be the right thing to say. If you're disappointed by this development, then you're going to be disappointed by this development. There's not really much I can say or do for you. If I sit here and tell you how amazing the guy is, you're going to tell me that he's not, and I'll see it eventually, and I'm going to get played, and I'm going to get wizard lizarded. And if I do, then I do. Bitch, I don't think you realize what the fuck I've gone through in my life. Bring it the fuck on. All right, I can handle hurt. I can handle disappointment. I can handle heartbreak. And I, believe it or not, am a pretty intelligent lady. Say whatever you want about me. Okay? So if I end up getting hurt, I end up getting hurt. But I'm not gonna walk through life with a fucking bubble suit on, bitch. And not make any decisions or take any risks because I'm so afraid of getting hurt. I can handle getting hurt. You have no idea the shit that I've seen. I'm built for a tough bitch. Okay? But anyway, I hope that helps. I love you guys so much. And it is true that I never had any intention of ever getting married. I didn't like having a boyfriend, bitch. Since I was a little girl, I never thought I was gonna get married. Life is crazy. So it's shocking to me too. It's shocking to my family, my friends. It's shocking. Life be crazy like that.
The funniest thing about this, man, is more women are still gonna fall for this shit, man. And they deserve it. They deserve it, man. You know, your favorite man-hating feminist content creator laid up with her boyfriend, her husband, fiance. Why, you're miserable and bitter in the comments. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. And they keep doing it. They just keep doing it. They keep doing it. One of the worst man-haters on TikTok, white lady. Married. She'd been married before she came on the app. And she tell women don't get married. She tell women don't get married. And she press, guys, marriage is a really terrible thing. Don't do it. Post it. Goes to bed with her husband. It's beautiful, man. I love the game. I love it.
Don't cancel me, please. I'm just starting to get followers on this app. But as someone who really believes that women are worth their weight in gold, does anyone else feel like we're getting a little bit too money hungry, a little too this for that, a little too transactional? Like, I was overhearing like a girl having a conversation at the store, and she was like, yeah, this guy is nice or whatever. He wants to take me on a date so we can like get to know each other, but I'm not going nowhere until he pays a bill. Why would he do that?
It's because prostitutes and escorts have infiltrated the high-value woman, relationship advice, hypergamy, and dating online discourse. That's the disconnect. Along with wags and girlfriends of musicians and other just rich people entering the chat as well, the general public unable to differentiate between or scale behaviors in lifestyle A versus lifestyle B. In fact, let's get that part out of the way first. Wags, girlfriends of musicians, rich people, they're living a specific lifestyle which makes flying to Paris for a first date, being gifted a Rolls Royce on Valentine's Day, everything else extravagant, normal because they're dating such high net worth individuals. They post online about it, and then a subset of women get it in their minds that if the man pursuing them isn't flying them to Greece on date night, he's not actually interested or he's a bum. While there are lifestyles you can live, even innocent ones where extravagance to that degree is normal, it is very important that men and women who are not living those lifestyles do not compare themselves to the people who are, or based.
Even if you are rich and successful and you're flying out for a first date, you're still weird in my opinion. Yeah, you're still weird, man. I'll be real. Unless you're so famous that you're just flying out for like privacy, why would you do that? That sounds like it could be tricking or escorting, or what we see these athletes be doing when they just bring these women out. They're just bringing a bunch of women out, flying them in from all across the world, Dubai. I don't think people who are genuinely looking for relationships, even the wealthy ones, are like flying overseas for a first date. I could be completely wrong though.
Their perspectives on dating and relationships on those lifestyles. The man who works a 40-hour week, pays the bills once you're in a relationship, takes you out to dinner, spoils you on Valentine's Day, etc., is not a bum because he cannot spend the same amount of money Lewis Hamilton can on a date. But more relevantly, because I think most women understand the former, there are a lot of prostitutes and escorts on social media giving young women dating advice, and that's much more insidious than rich girls and guys living extravagant lives because it's harder to tell that the prostitutes are prostitutes. It makes little to no sense for a man first meeting you to pay your bills. The dynamic wherein that does make sense is if he's a trick. He's trying to buy you something or pay for something so you'll bust it open, sister. And that's what a lot of the girls who give that type of advice are looking for and doing. Courting and escorting are not the same thing. And mixing.
Is it difficult to know that these women are prostitutes though? I don't think it is. I think it's quite obvious. Also, there are a few who admit that they were prostitutes before. They used to sell it on the corner, hotter than a sauna, okay? They used to be selling it. And they're giving women dating advice and the women are eating it up. I don't think they care. I don't think it's difficult to know at all.
up those two things is going to have you out and about behaving like you're selling something you're not selling and attracting men who are looking to buy. And before they start, oh, so men just aren't paying for you. That may not be the standard for you, but some of us, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a well-off man trying to be suave by passing you a $100 bill at Soho House, or meeting a man on a first date and him letting you play a few rounds of blackjack with his money. I'm not talking about men paying for the first date, or even if that first date ends with you getting a bag or a shoe. I'm not talking about your established boyfriend or husband buying things for you and paying the bills. Okay? I think men you're in relationships with should pay the bills. I'm fully aware of the ways men use women and why women now want to make sure they're getting something out of the arrangement as well. Ladies, keep your foot on their necks. But that's not what I'm talking about, is it? I'm talking about the women on this app and social media who sell a very specific aesthetic to reel young women in, who sell a very specific image of lifestyle to reel young women in, who speak about dating and men in a very specific way and have very specific asks for their company. Asks they're able to ask because the part they aren't saying out loud is that they're having sex in exchange for those asks, and that the men they're asking are a very specific type of men looking to do the asks in exchange for sex. Don't take dating advice from prostitutes and escorts who are concealing that they're prostitutes and escorts if you're trying to have a normal relationship, because that's not.
I mean, look, she's obviously correct. The fact that we have to vocalize this, it tells you where we are. It gives you an explanation of where we are in society. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, 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 hey. Let's not take dating advice from literal horse. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, guys. Maybe we shouldn't do that one. Maybe, just a little bit.
I had someone in my comment section tell me that telling women to not hate all men is like telling slaves to respect their masters. And she was like, you know what? So we're not allowed to hate our oppressors. We're not allowed to hate men. I mean, men have done horrible things to women. Men are evil. Men are cruel. And I told her, I was like, you can hate men who are fucked up. You can hate men who are evil. You can hate men who do bad things. You can hate men who oppress women. But that does not give you the right to tell some random man to kill himself, or laugh at him for being in pain, or wish harm on him, or just say horrible things about someone because they are a man. Like, that's not okay. Then there's always this thing of like, well, men would never defend you this way. Like, I don't even know why you think that men would. And I'm like, I know plenty of men off the top of my head in my real life, online, celebrities, so many men who do defend women nonstop, but they don't get recognition because no one cares about that. A man could literally dedicate his entire platform to just defending women. He's going to get called performative. He's going to get called, a poser, saying, oh, well, you're just doing this to get girls. You don't actually care. And like people like me, when I say I'm not just going to hate some random person because they have a penis. I'm not going to hate some random person because they're a dude. I'm not going to do that. Oh, well, you're a pick-me then. You're just so male-centered. And I've said before, if you hate men so fucking much that it's all you can talk about, you're still male-centered. And saying, well, misandry doesn't exist because it's not the same systematic level as misogyny. Something doesn't have to be a systematic issue for it to be an issue. Misandry gets men killed. It gets them put in jail for false allegations. It gets them so much shit all the time for simply being born a man. And it's so hypocritical. It's like, if you don't want a man hating you for being a woman, then why are you hating some random person you know nothing about just because they're a man? Saying things like, well, who set that system up, when a man is talking about how much the patriarchy also affects him? That man did not set this shit up. This shit was set up ages ago by men and women. It wasn't just men. There were women back in the day who fully supported this shit too. It's just so frustrating because social media gives so many traumatized people like this ability to just group up and form like their own community when it's based on nothing but trauma. Like, yes, men being oppressors, men doing horrible things does not give you the right to treat random people like shit just because they're men, or assume that someone's a horrible person because they're a man. I think if someone walked up to me and started accusing me of doing random shit or being a horrible person because other women do horrible things, I'd be pretty fucking irritated. Like, it's not wrong for a man to say, I'm so tired of being treated horribly because I'm a man. That's not wrong to say. No one deserves to be treated like shit because they were born a certain way. And if you're disagreeing with that, then you're not smart. You're the fucking problem.
Cooking with grease. I mean, the whole video. Just things that, we've spoken about on this channel over and over again. A lot of people may have looked at her and seen the septum piercing and judged her, man. this may be the anomaly.
This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone. I just can't let this go. This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone.